Blizzard is now on the record saying it's been a great PvP season in Midnight, but some players don't seem to agree. Meanwhile, we got another major update to the PTR, including some significant changes that will have a huge effect on Arena. While that was happening, we wanted to showcase a relatively new add-on that is slowly reviving World PvP. Finally, we have a small update on the 3v3 meta, including the best comps to push Gladiator before the season ends, which we will remind you is likely the second week of August, possibly on the 11th. And if Gladiator is what you are gunning for, we have a quick tip that you absolutely need to know, especially if your biggest counter are those dreaded mage teams. You see, the one thing mages hate more than hunters is offensive dispels. Just ask any mage main and they will tell you that getting purged on altar time is instantly tilting. But it's not just mages who get owned by dispels, but there is obviously a problem. RNG. You see, if the mage is already covered with buffs, getting that altar purged instantly is going to be a gamble, but this is why pre-dispelling is so OP. The concept is simple. Spend some time removing all of those class buffs first. Things like Arcane Intellect, Fortitude, Mark of the Wild, you name it. What many people don't realize is that these buffs are actually stronger than you'd think. If you dispel Arcane Intellect, you're basically removing an entire gear slot worth of intellect from the mage. Pretty crazy. Then once it's gone, you will have an easier time sniping that altar. Pre-dispelling is good against any class that has important buffs, like paladins with their freedoms and bops, disc priests with their power word shields, shamans with bloodlust, you get the point. Pre-dispelling matters more than most people think. So in the words of 33-time rank 1 gladiator Swapsy, if you have a priest, shaman, hunter, DH, evoker, warlock, or yes, even another mage on your team, then you really want to treat your dispel like a rotational button. This is just one of the Gladiator mechanics we teach in our brand new course, which we made alongside Swapsy for Season 1. We sat down and mapped out the most crucial gameplay advice, everything from positioning to communication that you actually need to know to hit Gladiator. This is a massive injection of top-tier knowledge you literally cannot find anywhere else. We're also rolling out brand new courses for every class, delivering secret tips directly from Rank 1 pros like Swapsy, Bigmex, Joe Fernandez, and more. Don't waste another year hard stuck on the ladder. Hit the link in the description and get the course today and enjoy skill cap risk-free. For now, let's get back to the video. Now, in case you missed it, there was actually a 1-hour dev interview with World of Warcraft's game director, Ian Hazzikostas. That's right, the big dog who sort of controls a lot of the decisions being made for the game. But to the disappointment of the community, despite this interview lasting nearly an hour, PvP was mentioned for a brief 5 seconds, with Ian saying that it's been a great PvP season so far. Yeah. 5 whole seconds and nearly 60 minutes worth of conversation. Reactions were obviously a bit mixed, with some people even agreeing, saying that yes, because of inflation, Shuffle and Blitz have been very active. But it's easy to understand why others have been frustrated, especially with certain unnamed specs being extremely overtuned for parts of the season. But what's generally frustrating is the fact that the last time we got any sort of direct communication about PvP with a developer was over 2 years ago at this point. Meanwhile, a friend of the channel has been tweeting at Blizzard for over 3 years asking for some form of open PvP discussion from Blizzard, a request that has been ignored the entire time. Just for some more context, Blizzard was known for doing regular PvP communication in the past. However, that eventually changed a few years ago as their philosophy has seemed to shift towards the silent treatment, especially when it comes to PvP. But we want to know what you think. What do you think about the current state of the game? If there's just one thing that you would want a developer to change, what would it be? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're doing that, we wanted to do a brief spotlight on a relatively new add-on called Overlord. Now, typically, we don't talk much about World PvP on this channel, and that's partially because there really hasn't been any new or groundbreaking open world content for several years. But that's where Overlord comes in. This add-on puts objectives directly on your map, allowing players from opposite factions to fight each other for control. It's very well thought out and was developed by some of the most passionate PvPers in the community. The add-on is constantly evolving, so if you're interested in having a different PvP experience, be sure to check out Overlord and join their Discord to see upcoming events. And speaking of future changes, we're finally starting to see more PvP changes on the PTR. Some of the highlights here include a nerf to NS Cyclone for Resto Druids, which will now have an increased cooldown. Obviously, nobody likes to get instantly cloned, so this change is fairly welcome. We should also remind everyone listening that the diminishing returns system is changing in Season 2, with the DR timer being increased to 20 seconds, so any CC nerfs are more impactful than they may seem. Another change players should be optimistic about is a nerf to mass invisibility, which will have its cooldown doubled in 12.1. If you've played any arena this season, you already know how frustrating it is when mages spam invis all game. On the flip side, hunter players should be happy as Roar of Sacrifice will now give 25% damage reduction in PvP, which makes sense considering some hunters have completely skipped this talent after its nerf in Midnight. With health pools increasing next season, combined with defensive buffs like this, expect to see longer and slower games in the future. And once again, while we don't have time to cover every change in this video, since virtually every class got some tuning, so to help you out, we've updated our articles site to show every change to your spec, which we keep updated every week, so be sure to bookmark the link below. Now, in case you didn't know, the supposed end date for Season 1 will be August 11th, which gives you less than a month to grind out Gladiator. Because of this, we wanted to provide a quick update on the 3v3 meta with some of the best ladder grinding comps. This should come as really no surprise, but Rogue Mage is really solid right now with a combination of Sub or Outlaw, Frost Mage, and then either a Preservation Evoker, Resto Druid, or even Mistweaver Monk as the healer. These comps obviously offer a ton of control and burst while being extremely slippery. With that said, Warrior DH is also looking really solid on EU. Pairing an Arms Warrior with either a Devourer or Havoc Demon Hunter offers an endless stream of attrition, winning more with constant pressure rather than precise control. On North America, Ret Warrior seems to be the more ubiquitous version of this comp, once again being super tanky and having solid consistent damage. Playing with both a Ret and an Evoker gives the Warrior a ton of uptime. European teams have also had a bit of success with different Elemental Shaman comps. The formula is pretty simple, just pair Ellie with the best Mortal Strike melee and you have a good goalie composition against Rogue Mage. DevDH has definitely been the star of the season and is super flexible with virtually any melee, especially Feral Druid since it offers a sort of dual threat of casts. But with recent buffs to Havoc, we're also seeing some classic blender comps do well, like DHDK, which is currently #1 on the NA ladder. We plan on doing a full 3v3 tier list update very soon, where we will cover every class's best comps, so be sure to stay subscribed to hear when it goes live. Anyway, that's all of the PvP news you need to know. Drop a comment below on what you think about the changes coming to PvP, and whether you're excited about the future of the game. Also, be sure to use the discount link below if you want to sign up for Skillcapped, which includes a no questions asked money back guarantee. For now, we want to thank you all for watching. See you soon.